Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode in the Doctor Who and Autism series. Today I'm joined with Alex today. I mean that's we're going to be talking about Doctor Who and autism also as well. And yeah, so thanks Alex for coming on.
Yeah, it's no problem, mate. I thought I'd join because, well, I am a huge Doctor Who fan, but also my brother has got minor autism, so it's always quite nice to speak about it to someone else.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe we talk about Doctor Who to start with, and then we can kind of lead in towards autism a little bit later. Um, so Alex, tell me why do you like Doctor Who?
Well, it started off basically. I was about 3 years old, and well, that was I've got to do maths here. That's 14 years ago. And David Tennant was the Doctor, and he's always been my favourite Doctor because I grew up with him. But it was just on one Saturday night, and apparently I was really into it. I mean, I don't remember, I was 3 years old, but apparently I liked it.
Here we are
And
today then.
yeah, over time, I gradually just got worse and worse and loved it even more.
Yeah, yeah. He's a good doctor, isn't he, David Tennant?
Oh, David Tennant, he'll always be my Doctor. There's
Mm.
no getting around it.
Yeah, yeah, because listen, he's good. He's not most of it. Or there's not really. You can't say much of his episodes aren't good.
Yeah, there's only one or two I could really knock him, but nothing major.
Yeah,
Mind you, though, I was jumping out my seat when I heard he was joining for the 60th.
yeah, yeah. He was. You know, I was more. Even though I love David Tennant, he's my favorite doctor and everything. I was more excited for Catherine Tate hearing her return because we saw David on the 50th, and I kind of knew he would have come back again for the 60th, and not so Catherine Tate. So I am excited that they're both coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely sure what Russell's going to do this time, considering she forgot him. You know, that played a huge part in the whole storyline.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
part of it thinks it's a well, part of me thinks it's an alternate universe, perhaps where they've both come from. But
yeah. There's so many different things it could be. Um, the most unlikely is that it's going to continue from series 4. That'd be good. I'd like to see that, but they've all aged, and but I do think it's going to be probably a bit from series 4, like looking into the past and then going into the future.
mind you, I saw something, and it was apparently something to do with they were intertwined with a BBC source, and apparently David Tennant will be the regeneration after Jodie Whittaker, and apparently he plays in 3 more specials, and then he regenerates then into Nakuti. No, Shooty, is it?
Yeah, yeah. I know how hard to pronounce, isn't it?
Yeah. Say
Yeah,
it how it's spelled, or
yeah. You got to be. I think it's silent N, isn't it? Um, but yeah, I heard that as well, and I think that is probably quite likely. Because I don't think we would see the Shooty until the actual November, because I think we'll see David Tennant like probably get a Christmas episode. You probably get a few specials, and then probably uh, mm, see what goes. But I do think the 60th is going to be throughout 2023. I don't think it's just going to be set in November. I reckon they're going to make it a big one where it will go through probably more or less the whole year in parts.
that would be quite cool.
Yeah,
I'd
so
like that.
yeah, so you have those specials from them, and then possibly you have Matt Smith with a couple, and then you go up the line. Maybe that'd be a good way to do it.
I know that Christopher Eccleston probably won't be returning due to his fallings out with Russell.
Yeah, it's a
They weren't on
shame.
the best of terms.
It's a shame, but who knows? He might. Yeah, there's always a chance. Um,
Oh yeah, it's Russell. Who knows what he'll rock up with?
yeah, always a chance. Always a chance.
Oh,
Um, like yeah,
Shooties.
It's nice that they're taking it on this path, because Rosetta Days is known for like It's a Sin and those other programs, and you also got a transgender actor coming in as well, haven't you? So I think it's all going in the right direction. From I think,
I'd say it's all going as planned, to be honest. Yeah.
yeah, because I don't think the Doctor sees anyone in the lovey type anyway. Even 13, or like, even though she probably would, like, if she didn't have to fight and save worlds, save planets, but she just can't. She ain't got enough time.
I suppose that's one way to put it.
But it would be, I suppose it would be interesting. Other than River, like she did mention River, but I suppose that puts someone in someone's place. I guess.
Yeah.
I'm married.
Mind you, I mean, I was expecting to see Alex Kingston at some point. I was kind of hoping that we would.
I kind of think her story's ended though.
Yeah, I mean, there were theories going around saying that who knows how Jodie Whittaker will play with Alex Kingston. But I suppose you're right. I mean, she lived and she died.
Yeah, yeah,
Just in the wrong order.
yeah. It was really good how they done that.
Mm. You can
Yeah,
literally rewatch the whole of New Who in
back
just
in.
River Song's
Yeah,
timeline.
yeah. You
It's like,
could. Yeah.
I've done it. It's cool.
Oh, have you done it?
Oh yeah. I've done rewatches of all you can think of.
Yeah.
I am
Do you have
utterly obsessed.
do you have a favorite series then?
Um, I think it's tied between Series 4 and Series 5.
Yeah, yeah. There's good ones.
Oh yeah, I mean everyone loves Series 4, but I don't think Series 5 has much love considering how good it is.
Yeah. Isn't series 5 the one where they had the silent story at the end, or was that the Pandorica story?
That was the Pandorica story. That was.
Oh, the Pandorica story. Yeah, good speech.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
must have had some good speeches, didn't he?
there's there's quite a few speeches in Doctor Who that are all really and truthfully they do relate to life.
Yeah,
Oh
they
yeah,
do. They do. Like, you got the Pandorica one. You even got that one, the Weeping Angel one. He did.
yeah,
About Jeff, I think it was. Um,
yeah.
yeah, Jeff.
I know which one. Jeff, no, Bob won it.
Oh, it's Bob. It was Bob.
Yeah, Angel Bob.
They picked a really simple name there, didn't they?
Yeah, it couldn't get more basic than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I quite like Peter Capaldi's one at the end as well when he regenerated,
Oh, yeah, he did a good one, didn't he?
as well as the one where he forgets Clara as well. That was another good one.
Yeah. It was quite funny when he was being all that really threatening when he knew it was going to happen.
Yeah,
It was very sad, very sad. Third episode.
I mean technically, Clara did die, didn't she? In the end, she got put back in a timeline and she died, didn't she?
I don't think she did, because she was winning her own TARDIS at the end, didn't she?
Yeah,
So really, let me think about it. You think out all these companions, each Doctor dies? They don't really, because you've got Rose went into parallel universe. Martha chose her own accord. Donna just lost her memories. For now, I'd say.
for now.
Who have you got next?
Amy and Rory.
Amy and Rory. They just went and lived happily ever after. I would have thought, because they could always go back to that story if they wanted to. Bill, no, it won't. No, it's Clara. Yeah, Clara went in her space machine. It's TARDIS. And then Bill was flying away. So not really many people. You think they did, but they didn't.
Oh yeah, yeah. I suppose you're right.
And then you've got Captain Jack, who just well, his last appearance before now would have been in I think it would have been series 4, wouldn't it?
His very last appearance are we on about now?
No, like, but before he appeared with the episodes in series 12, I think it was. He was at last. I believe the last series he was in was series 4,
Yeah, you're right. You are right.
like with David Tennant.
I don't think he encountered the 11th or 12th.
No, he didn't. No, it was a shame. A shame he didn't get more episodes.
I agree, yeah, considering he's basically immortal.
Yeah.
You'd think he'd see 1 or 2 more.
The annoying part about him being immortal, he's like the Doctor. He can't really age.
Oh, that's another good speech, actually. The one in School Reunion.
Oh yeah, well, what was that? The one he was talking to the teacher.
Yeah, that's also a good one, but the one where he was talking to Rose about aging.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was just getting to the point, wasn't it?
Yeah, he got straight to it. I think it was something to do with the fact that he'd left Sarah Jane behind, hadn't he? And Rose was just asking if that was going to happen to her, and then he comes out with that speech.
I do like the one where at the end of the world episode, the Ninth Doctor. You know, the one with Rose and the Ninth Doctor when they were just looking at the end of the world.
Oh yeah. Literally the title episode at the end of the world. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good speech, and all you have to say, the Ninth Doctor, just come with me, and I do like that one. It's one of my favourites.
I suppose that one was solid, yeah.
Yeah. You get on the fireplace.
Yeah, the one with Renette.
Yeah, like the one where he was looking into her mind.
Yes. I like the idea of that one as well, where he went inside her head and then she went inside his. That was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that one.
Although, thinking about it, here's another theory. So, Renette got inside the Doctor's head whilst he was in her head. So, technically speaking, couldn't Donna have gone inside the Doctor's head and wiped all memory of him? Of her, should I say?
It could have. But yeah, it must have some good power there, the Doctor, to do that.
Well, yeah.
Like, his mind was burning. Like, it's weird though. How would he get rid of all those memories? Where would they go?
Well, exactly, because they've got to be stored somewhere.
Like, if they had to be stored in his memory, he would burn out, and it would force him to regenerate. Kind of.
Oh yeah.
So it was weird that he possibly could have regenerated then, if they wanted to do that.
I suppose that's true, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favourite episode?
Favourite episode, right. So The Hungry Earth is quite a good one. It's definitely a good one that Chibnall wrote, as you were talking about earlier. But strictly speaking, my favourite episode, I think, is probably The Waters of Mars.
The Waters of Mars. I was petrified of that episode when I was younger.
I quite like it because, in all fairness, yeah, it is quite scary, but it's also really action-packed, shall we say. There's lots of it. And also, that's when the Time Lord Victorious theory comes in. And that's quite a good theory. I quite like the idea of it anyhow. I mean, not many people do. They think he's quite arrogant because of that. A lot of people don't like the 10th Doctor as well because of the way he treated Martha after Rose.
He took her to all the same places, didn't he?
He did for a fair few, yeah. There was Union and Union and Union and Union and Union and Union. You were. I think there's too many news, but moving on.
There's New York, New York, New Earth.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah. I think there's about 15 news.
Yeah, because the end of the world one would have been similar to the one to the New Earth, I think. Just earlier, or maybe.
My question is though, how does the end of the world kind of link in with Utopia and stuff like that? Because in the end of the world, we watched the end of a planet, and it just kind of blew up, didn't it?
Hmm.
But then going to Utopia, I mean, it might have been the beforehand of it, perhaps, before the world imploded or exploded or whatever happened to it.
They
They
already go
kind
to
of
the
just,
end of the universe, didn't they?
yeah, they went to the end of the universe, which the Earth was still around.
I know, maybe they forgot about it.
Yeah, perhaps. Wouldn't surprise me. It's quite complex, the world of Doctor Who, when you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, very complicated.
That's why I just tend to say enjoy the episodes. Don't think too much about the storyline.
Yeah.
It's a bit all over the place, especially with the River Song one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very complicated. Especially when you first see her.
Oh yeah,
Like,
because she's dead.
so yeah.
I suppose that was a big shock at the time. She basically died, and then all of a sudden she reappeared in, like, what was it, Time of Angels?
Yeah.
Or was it Flash? I think it was Flash and Stone that came first.
I think that the thing, like, through that library episode, she didn't kind of die really in a way because the Doctor saved her.
Yeah, yes. Well, quite literally saved her in the database, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's apparently her last episode, like in the timeline. And I think her first was probably her getting a screwdriver, maybe.
Yeah, that's the Husbands of River Song.
Yeah.
That's when Peter Capaldi just drops a gift on Beryllium.
I like that episode, but it was annoying that it took her, like, the annoying part is between that and the library episode took her 5 seconds to realise who the Doctor was. And then in the Husbands of River Song, it took her near enough the whole episode to find out what it looks like and stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, she still had recognition of the Doctor, I think. She still knew who he was, but she just yes, because I remember now. There was obviously the Let's Kill Hitler. That was when Mel's first regenerated into River Song, but then after that, I think it went straight to the Husbands of River Song.
Yeah.
I think so, anyhow, or it might have been A Good Man Goes to War. It's all confusing.
The Mel storyline was pretty confusing.
Yeah. Again, it was a cool concept. It's just hard to keep up with.
Yeah, I think like most of the storylines are, aren't they?
Yeah, I suppose they are. Well, the
Cool.
vast majority of them, anyhow.
Yeah. Like some go quickly, some go on.
Oh, that was quite a good one as well. Time Moving Fast. Which one was that? Was that oh, I can't remember which one it was. It was the season finale of Peter Capaldi. What was it?
What, the one with the Master come back?
Yeah, World Enough and Time and the Doctor Falls. That's
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah, the Doctor Falls. They're good ones.
That's where time moves really, really fast, doesn't it? And then
Yeah.
Bill shot in the chest.
I didn't like that the Master looked really old.
Yeah, that's quite a cool concept. But the question lies, where did he actually come from?
Yeah, how did he get there?
Well, yeah, because again, he died in Last of the Time Lords. Then he came back in when it was the end of the time, but even more so, he got absolutely blown to smithereens.
Yeah, and then Missy died, didn't she?
Exactly. So where does that leave Sasha Dwan?
I think he's in between the pair, but like we say, there will be probably more Masters as life goes on. So, but I do think he's in between because he does remind me of Johnson's Master. a little bit.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Because he's just really pretty much the same in a way. They just hate each other. Like Missy wasn't like that really. She was probably more caring.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Sasha Dwan, he doesn't see any remorse, but I mean, Messi, as you were saying, I mean, she started to contemplate her actions at the end, didn't she? And then
Yeah, and because
shot in the back by herself.
because the master was there and he wasn't helping things.
Yeah.
1 minute he he was against him, 1 minute he was with him.
Although it was quite funny the fact that he fancied himself. That was
Oh
quite
yeah,
funny.
that was a bit weird.
But at the same time, it does make sense because again, that does relate to like proper real life because a lot of people do quite like themselves.
Yeah, it will be interested if you get Jodie again with another incarnation.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, but that'll be nice.
yeah, I agree.
But Missy was I did like Missy.
Yeah, she was all right. I mean, the way that she came in, that was quite cool as well. How she pretended to be a robot.
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny.
Dark Water, I think that was. Death in Heaven, Dark Water. I think I got it the wrong way around, but
Yeah, that was it was a difficult season, I think, the first series of Peter Capaldi.
yeah, I suppose you're right.
I like so some people say that they love this first season. I didn't like the first episode. I think the highlight of the first episode was the you get the Bastard Jenny Strax in it.
The
Um,
Paternoster Gang, I think they're
yeah,
called.
yeah, that's it. Oh, they haven't been here since, have they?
No, they haven't. Not since then, which is a shame because I reckon they could do quite a lot with them three.
Yeah, they could probably do a mini series even.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's only like Jenny as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Uh, she could do a whole new spin off, should we say? Mind you, I saw Georgia Tennant. She posted a picture, and it was like a green shirt and black boots and stuff like that, and it looked a lot like what she was wearing at the end of The Doctor's Daughter.
Well, yeah. You don't know. It'd be nice to have her back.
Well, yeah, I mean, who knows what filming it'd be like, considering that David Tennant and Georgia Tennant are now like husband and wife. Be
Yeah,
like quarreling in between scenes.
yeah. Daughter. But you don't know. They could do that with another Doctor, even, couldn't they?
Yeah, I suppose they could.
Like,
Suppose they could.
you don't have to be with like Russell may think about that, but I think David is very professional about how he does things. So he'll take on the role with her being a daughter. But
Well, yeah.
it'd be nice to see her with maybe Matt Smith or someone else, or even put Peter Capaldi because Peter Capaldi looks more as a dad figure rather than David Tennant.
That might just because he's older.
Yeah, that's completely it. But it would be interesting for another incarnation, to do it like that.
Mind you, I think the scene in The Doctor's Daughter where David mentions that he was a dad once before, I think that was quite heartbreaking for quite a lot of classic fans in particular.
Yeah.
He wasn't a dad though, was he? He was a granddad. Or was it a dad?
Yeah, because I think in Amy asked the doctor, "Have you had kids? Do you have kids?" Because she had the crib.
Yeah, and he says it was his own.
Who was his Doctor likes to lie, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, I mean, when he said he was a kid, but he said he was 90 years old, like. I can't remember which episode it was, but it was David Tennant. He said, I came here once when I was a kid, 90 years old.
Oh yeah. Oh, what episode was that?
I'm trying to think as well. Oh crap! Which one was it? Hang
Oh
on
yeah,
a
I know
second.
where it was. It wasn't that when I think it was the last of the Time Lords. Um, he was eating chips. I
Oh
think
yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah.
I, I think that's when he was saying that. Um,
Mind you, that was a cool description of Gallifrey. That was.
I think it was Gallifrey. Yeah, I did like
Yeah.
that scene though.
Or it might have been the Runaway Bride. No, I know what it was. It was the Stolen Earth and Journey's End. I'm
Oh
sure it
yeah.
was.
When he opened the doors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was that.
When he was at the Medusa Cascade and he goes, "I came here when I was once a kid. I was 90 years old." I
Did
knew
he
I'd remember.
say was it 90? Was it?
Yeah, it was 90.
It weren't 9.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised it took me that long to remember it. I only watched it the other day.
Yeah, do you like to rewatch it quite a lot?
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. I'm currently rewatching the whole of New Who as well, which started on me again. I was like, because I've got a load of classic episodes. Like I've got New Who up to like the specials with David Tennant on DVD. Uh, but I've got a couple of collections as well. You know, the Doctor Who collections that were released.
Yeah.
I've got about 3 seasons of that. One of them's limited edition. It's Tom Baker because I mean you can't go wrong with Tom Baker.
Yeah.
And I've got a load of other classics that are in random order. But yeah, I was watching them and I was like, I'm rewatching New Who again because BBC iPlayer exists.
Yeah. Yeah. It was once on Netflix once upon a time, but
Once upon a time, yeah.
yeah, then they transferred to BBC iPlayer because I believe when it was on Netflix, it weren't on BBC iPlayer.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the Sarah Jane Adventures. That was crazy. It was
Yeah.
on BBC iPlayer and then it just vanished one day, never to be seen again.
Isn't its Torture still on BBC iPlayer?
Last time I checked, it was.
Yeah, because you got Tortured, you got Class. Not many spin-offs.
No, I mean, my favourite still has to be the Sarah Jane Adventures. That was
Yeah.
top banana. That was.
Yeah, Sarah Jane, you can't be a bit of Sarah Jane.
Yeah, shame about how Elizabeth Sladen went, but even more so when she had a run in Doctor Who, it was brilliant.
Yeah, at least you got some of the new Doctor Who's. Like you can say she's worked with David Tennant and Matt Smith. Like when Doctor Who was at its prime, let's just say, um, it had really good views and everything back then.
That's what it did.
Yeah. Do you say you're still watching it now, Doctor Who?
Oh yeah, still completely alive.
Yeah.
Still got an obsession over K9 like I did when I was 3 years old.
And you like, are you looking forward to the last episode? Enjoyed it?
Well, in all fairness, when I first saw the trailer, I was dead hyped for it and stuff, and I was tremendously excited. But then all the news with the 60th anniversary and stuff, it caught me off guard.
Yeah, you're
And
getting excited about better things, man.
yeah, my mind kind of drifted over to the 60th anniversary rather than the fact that Jodie Whittaker's going to be leaving us with an extremely good final episode.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half.
I mean, Tegan Javanka's coming back, isn't she? I mean,
Yeah, you got Tegan, you got Ace, you got Kate Stewart again.
I think it is more weird seeing Tegan considering A, how she left, and two, I mean, B, the fact that she hasn't been around since Peter Davidson, like.
Just
Wait,
get a
no, it's
bit.
not Davidson, it's Davison. There's not a D. It's not David son, it's Davison.
Is it?
On that the other day.
I don't know. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
One or the
My
other.
mum corrected me on it anyhow, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to listen to it.
Yeah, yeah. But are you gonna be sad about Jodie leaving? Do you think?
Sad about Jodie. Yes, I will, because to be honest, she's quite good. I mean, her run in Broadchurch as well, it just goes to show that she isn't a bad actor. It is just Chibnall's writing.
Hmm.
I think he kind of modified it a bit too much like a woman's role, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, because like you got to change I know it wasn't then, but they changed the name of Missy, like the Master to Missy, just because it was a female. Um, and I think it was good when I did that. I do prefer the name Master. I just think if it's it's like the Doctor, you wouldn't change it to another name, would you? Just because it's like the Doctor's changed. But I do think like Master is just I understand why I did it, because Master like you have Mistress and then you have Master. But it'd be nice if it is a girl again, if they do a girl. Maybe if they keep the actress Michelle Gomez as Missy, and maybe have another one as a Master as a female, and it'd be cool because you can bring back Michelle Gomez as Missy anytime. But they could probably just do another Missy, maybe. I don't know.
I'd say you're probably right, to be honest. I mean, I'm kind of glad they didn't change the name Doctor like for Jodie Whittaker, because they could have just gone, oh, I don't know, trying to think of a woman doctor. I mean, perhaps Nurse.
Yeah, I think that.
Nurse Who
Yeah, that's funny.
doesn't have the same ring, does it?
No, no, that's crazy. Like that, that it'd be nice to see. Like they've had nurses in it, no. Well, not as main characters, just side characters. Like you had in the 11th Hour, you got Rory as a nurse.
Oh, you've got the matron as well, Nurse Redfern, was it? The one in Human Nature when John Smith fell in
Oh,
love.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
See, that's why no one should test me on my Doctor Who knowledge.
Yeah. Well, as I think if I'm right, like as recording this, it's tomorrow will be like the anniversary of Human Nature.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, you had the Human Nature anniversary, which I like. I liked Human Nature. But the one after that, they were both really good ones.
Which one was the one afterwards? Was it Blink?
Um, it might have been like I think they had a
42.
two-part. I don't know if Human Nature was after the first episode um of it, like the storyline, not him not thinking he's human.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. It was Human Nature and the Family of Blood, wasn't it?
Yeah, Family
That
Blood
was
might
the
have been the
two-parter.
start. I'm not sure which one was first.
Mind you, it's quite a cool scene when he's inside the ship and he's blabbering away, pretending like he's John Smith,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then he completely mugs him off, and then compares it to ventriloquism of the nose.
that was a really good one.
Yeah, I like that. The fact that we're not talking about John Smith here, we're talking about the Doctor. He's just mugged off a load of angry assassin people.
Yeah, it's John Smith.
Oh, I agree. Um, have you seen the? Oh, there was something that Peter Capaldi said about Ncuti Gatwa being the new Doctor. He said something about him being a well, not being Scottish, but ran away from Ghana or something like that and travelled to Scotland, and
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
that was
yeah,
quite nice of him to say.
yeah. That was nice. I think he had all the doctors support him. Um, like with his we'll say appointment. um,
Yeah,
um, but yeah, I think he's going to do a good job. Seeing him in Sex Education, um, gives me like it's for the laughter. He's series 2. So I do think it's gonna be good. Hopefully, Russell will give him those good storylines, new monsters. I think he said about good stories. So I look forward to it. With him as the
Join the
Doctor.
club. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I hope they
Um,
get more episodes as well.
yeah, I saw something about a previous Doctor as well. I think it might have been Sylvester McCoy. He was talking about how many Scottish actors had gone to play the Doctor. And then Paul McGann came back with something along the lines of people from Liverpool. I think it was something to do with Scousers.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
there's been 2 Doctors that are Scousers.
Oh, that's interesting.
I can't remember the exact of it, but I think it was something along those lines.
Yeah,
It's
because you've
quite
got
funny when I saw it anyhow.
like you've got Sylvester McCoy, you've got David Tennant, you've got Peter Capaldi, and then you've got
You got Shooty as well, haven't you?
Sweetie. So I think Jodie's more Yorkshire. And then you got I think Chris and I could be wrong, but I think Chris Eccleston and Matt are from similar places. I think it's
Oh, I'm
some.
not sure.
One might be. I know one is from Northampton. I'm not sure which one. Someone said. That one's from Northampton. It wouldn't surprise me if Eccleston is from the north.
Well, I mean, he has got a northern accent.
Yeah. Yeah, because
What's
like
it funny for the northern?
it seems like he just speaks through his normal voice like, when he was there. Really.
I was quite surprised, to be honest, that Chibnall didn't use, like a voice changer like how they did on David Tennant. So I
Yeah.
struggled to hear some of the things she was saying.
What? Who?
Jodie Whittaker, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was surprised he didn't do it for Peter Capaldi.
Well, yeah, he's got a really strong Scottish accent, hasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, I did like that he did have his British accent though. Like now looking back, but yeah, it's interesting. Like why they did that.
Oh, yeah.
Um, if I ever saw him, I would ask him probably.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I probably would as well.
Yeah, that'd be one of the questions. And not what's your favourite episode in Doctor Who? Why did you do a British accent?
Mind you, I mean, he still had his accent on stuff like he did a TV show at one point, In the Loop, I think it was called. It was like a really, 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 really bad TV show. Well, it wasn't bad, but the language was shocking. He did start swearing here, there, and everywhere, and he'd still had his Scottish accent, which made it even more funny. Torchwood as well. I'm not sure about Torchwood. I think he might have had an English accent there.
Like I think when John Barrowman came back, they asked him to have his like black hair because he had one bit grey.
Yeah.
So he has to wear that because just to make him look like Captain Jack. Well, that's why I was surprised about John Sim coming back because like he didn't like what he did. He looked like the Master and all, but not like they could have put maybe black hair on him to make him more look like he did. Because it wouldn't have like it would be the same. But it was interesting how he did come back. Yeah, that was very interesting. That was. Yeah. So Alex, let's talk about I suppose autism for a little bit. Because you said your brother has autism.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, I mean, I can talk about it, but I can't really describe what it is because
No.
not even specialists know exactly what it is.
Yeah, like autism is like it's very hard to explain, because like I've had it since well I was 9. I was diagnosed with it. Well, I wasn't diagnosed with it. I was 9. I wasn't diagnosed when I was 9 years old, but it is like I related with my hobbies with Doctor Who, because I say I can't stop talking about Doctor Who, and I have people on here like you before. That's what the blue box behind, and yeah, like that that is a thing of with autism, but like everyone has it differently. So yeah, but like speaking of stuff like that, like we spoke about Ryan in it, like with his dyspraxia.
Ryan
It,
Sinclair,
yeah, it would be nice to like maybe have someone who has autism or something else, maybe in there as well. Like maybe Ryan Sinclair with dyspraxia is a start.
yeah. I mean, I suppose it'd be quite nice to have more of an expansion on dyslexia. Well, not dyslexia, but autism awareness, shall we say, in some parts of Doctor Who.
Yeah,
I think
because
I'd like to see that.
that'd be good.
Because I mean, obviously, we've got the women in Doctor Who, we've got the black characters and stuff like that.
Hmm.
You've got Graham, so you've got old awareness.
Yeah.
And then there's just a brief little subject on autism, but I'd like to see a bit more of it somewhere in Russell's writing, perhaps.
Yeah, because he does quite a lot with diversity, I think Russell does, and he's done different programs about raising awareness of gay, as well, and like like the show where the new Rose character it, that's going to be played in the 60th celebrations. It's like she's transgender, and it's going to be really interesting where they go from that, because in the series that she was in, I think Heartstopper, as soon as I never heard of the series when she was announced, so I watched it, and I watched the show away, kind of binge watched it, and yeah, it was really good piece of work that they did there, and like it's almost like, because Rose Tyler, or Billie Piper now, was 18, I think, when she was Crystal Eccleston, like her first episode, and
Oh yeah.
this new character is 18 too, so it's going to be interesting, I think.
Well, I mean, I've got to admit, I've got to kind of go with the fandom a bit here. She does look like she'd be a mix between Donna and Sean Temple.
Yeah,
Temple Noble.
yeah, Rose Temple Noble.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or is
Yeah,
it Noble Temple? No, it can't be Noble Temple.
I don't know. Yeah, some Temple Noble.
Well, yeah,
uh,
Temple Noble or Noble Temple. It sounds like an attraction somewhere in like the Himalayas.
Rose Temple Noble, Rose Noble. Yeah, Rose Noble, more rhyming, and then having Temple at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, hang on. So it should be because it, yeah, they got married, didn't they? So it should be it depends if Donna changed her name, like her surname. So if Donna changed her name, it would be Donna Temple. So
Yeah,
it would be just Rose Temple, wouldn't it?
it
If they're
would. Yeah,
thinking like
it
that.
would.
So it wouldn't be Rose Temple Noble, but I don't know. You can add a like a middle name maybe for her. So it's gonna be interesting.
I mean, the leaked pictures and stuff like that just show that Sylvia and Wolf are both coming back, and
Hasn't been officially announced. So as we're speaking now, it hasn't been officially announced, has it?
not yet, but there are leaked photos of the whole family together, which
Yeah.
kind of mad.
Yeah, like, yeah, you never really get that in Doctor Who, do you? Like all the photos of cast.
Yeah, it's kind of strange how everything's all just been leaked all of a sudden.
I'm surprised I haven't found out what the location was.
They're filming in Camden, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they were filming at Camden, then they went on to Wembley as well.
Oh, it was Unit,
Yeah.
something to do with Unit. It's quite funny because, uh, strictly speaking, this Saturday I'm going to watch Vale at Wembley Stadium. Like,
Oh, yeah,
So I
good.
pointed out to my brother, I went, we might just see some unit in the corner somewhere. You get the guy on the intercom to say there are some Land Rovers parked outside.
It would be nice to see the unit back from. You never know. They might bring the unit back from when David Tennant was Doctor, maybe.
Yeah, because I mean, units haven't really been seen in Doctor Who much after David Tennant. I mean, there was obviously the Sarah Jane Adventures where they came back to announce the Doctor was dead.
Hmm.
But apart from that, they haven't really been reintroduced since then.
Yeah, it hasn't been great, has it? Like we got them in Matt Smith, like with Kate Stewart,
Yeah, I suppose we did.
and we've kind of got unit, I suppose, quite a lot because we got them briefly with Peter Capaldi with like Osgood too. So they have been there, but we haven't seen them with really well, if you count Kate in with Jodie, I suppose, but not an actual proper storyline with them, maybe.
We haven't really seen the classic costumes of units.
No.
That's where I was sort of going with that. The red hats and stuff like that, proper
Yeah.
old school.
It'd be nice to see the lady back who was in Planet of the Dead, like the leader with Malcolm.
Oh, Captain.
I can't remember her name.
Boo.
I
Oh.
can't remember her name, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I knew exactly what you were on about as soon as you said she was a leader. I was like, yeah, I know you're on about Captain McGonagall.
Oh
So
yeah, so something like that. Yeah, like her maybe. It'd be nice to see in just a character that you wouldn't think of.
yeah, I mean, obviously we saw her in Turn Left as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Where she was first introduced.
Oh
She
yeah,
played a
it
big
was.
part in that.
Yeah, Turn Left was a good episode. That was. I
Yeah, I
was.
suppose
Yeah,
it's
but
like Doctor Who, whatever, won it.
at that age, I was looking at my back and all. Yeah, I was thinking, well, it's beat behind my back on it even. Um, yeah, it's like I know it's like it'd be nice. Hopefully with Russell, make it a bit more scarier.
Uh,
But
did I mention the Weeping Angels?
I think you just spin about Whipping Angels.
Yeah. So I was just saying. So we it'd be kind of cool if we saw the Weeping Angels, but strictly speaking, we might not be able to see him again because of the Time of Angels, where they all fell into that crack and basically never existed.
Yeah. I think every Whipping Angel episode has been good. There hasn't really been a bad Whipping Angel episode.
Oh, actually, no, I take that back because I mean, there's obviously Angels Take Manhattan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we've seen them after that, so clearly they weren't completely erased from time.
Yeah, we didn't really see him much after that, though, have we?
No, I mean, there was Class where we saw him at one point at the very end.
Yeah.
That was
Like,
quite cool, but they could have done a bit more with it.
we saw him in Flux for an episode, so that was
Yeah, we
good.
did. That's right.
That was a good episode. That was.
Village of the Angels or something.
Yeah.
It's quite a cool concept, actually.
Have you ever been to any locations in Doctor Who before?
I've been to Liverpool to that museum, like where Dan intrudes all the time.
Yeah.
I've been to Cardiff as well. I still need to go to Barcelona, not because it's a Doctor Who location, but I just want to see if I can find a dog without a nose.
Uh,
Dogs with no noses. But something that's been on my bucket list for a long time is to try and find that restaurant that's on the pier and order steak and chips.
oh, is that the one that where Clara was in talking to Peter Capaldi's Doctor, and it also episode with when they all was there, they got a note and they all went to that location. Kind of silence episode, was it?
Oh,
It's
no,
in
not
that
that one. I
cat.
don't know where that's located. I think it might be in.
The one where he says about his straw, fizzy straw.
I know you're on about the diner. I mean
Yeah.
the one in Chris Eccleston's era, Boomtown, I think it was.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, where he took the Slitheen out on a date.
I think that's in Cardiff as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a pier somewhere with it on there.
Yeah, because they have that diner as well.
Yeah, I think that's close by, or it might actually be in Cardiff.
Yeah, yeah. Most of the locations are, aren't they? They even have the trap street where Clara died in
Oh,
Cardiff.
that's depressing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually off Trap Street as well. Um,
Mind you, there's quite a few scenes on Doctor Who that you might not actually think were filmed in Cardiff because they look like they'd be filmed in like London.
yeah, yeah. There is some stuff in London. I think quite a lot of it's in Cardiff, and you've got some in Liverpool now. Um,
Obviously, there's the art gallery in there in London, Trafalgar
yeah,
Square.
yeah, yeah.
Let's go there.
Yeah, you've got lots of good places to go.
Oh yeah. There's tons. I mean, have you seen those TikTok accounts where they basically just hold up pictures
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it shows a location where they're at?
yeah. Like the gardens, what film? You know where the Doctor goes out of gardens in the gardens to see Madame de Pompadour.
Oh yeah.
That garden place is set in many Doctor Who episodes. Like in that garden is where Kablam is. You've got Missy, where you found out who Missy was really, like in the other dimension. You've got places like the outdoor of the Forest of the Dead episode. You know where Donna's speaking to that lady. So you've got loads of episodes there in that garden.
Oh yeah.
Lots.
They
And
all look fairly familiar, and the reason why is simply because they're all the same place.
yeah, you're all the same.
Didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
wicked.
yeah, and
Oh, please crack.
because Girl on Fireplace is my favourite episode, so I do want to go there. And like there's a place you can go and see. You can see Renette's bedroom and everything like that. So um, it's it's a very good. And also, I want to go visit the Waters of Mars base. You know the garden centre.
Oh yes. See, I thought you were going to say something daft because your favourite episode's the girl in the fireplace. I thought you were going to say that you wanted to get a horse and name him Arthur.
Yeah, that would have been nice, wouldn't
Mind you, if
it?
I ever get a horse, I'll probably name him Arthur.
Although Arthur was in the 50th,
Yeah, well,
maybe call him
technically it
Arthur.
was a copy, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a copy who
And it
turned
means
out
that he's
as
going to need a new horse. I remember that.
yeah, yeah. It was quite funny. That
Oh
was
yeah.
yeah. And so Alex, do I really sound like David Tennant? Because I remember you said I sound a little bit like him.
Um, strictly speaking, no. But the reason why I said at the time you sounded like David Tennant was simply because there was a video,
Rhyming with
something,
what he said.
you said, "I don't want to know." And I was referencing David Tennant's final line where he said, "I
Oh
don't want to
yeah.
go."
Oh yeah. Yeah, like yeah, because I did that on purpose. See.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, because I didn't want to know. I didn't want to know who it was. um, only Rubens I know, but I don't want to know. So it triggered a lot of people to see it. So, but I I would have rather waited because you got all this David Tennant now, don't you? Not much with shooting.
Yeah, I suppose that's kind of ruined the fact that by the time we get, like, we could have, strictly speaking, we could have seen Jodie's centenary special, and then we'd have seen Ncuti Gatwa. I mean, we didn't need all the information. Well, I suppose we did, because I mean they've done it with every other Doctor, haven't they?
Yeah.
But Russell could have been pretty smart about it and left it until then. And then as soon as Jodie had regenerated, we saw who it was.
Maybe because they film with him and they wonder if the people speculate and maybe like that. I think that's why they announced David and Catherine.
Well, yeah, I mean, there were rumours going about that they saw David Tennant, but a lot of people said he was just a lookalike.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. But David Tennant's coming back. I don't know. It might be for the last time, maybe. But you never know with Doctor Who. Going back in time or how often you want.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I could admit it if David Tennant was like 80 odd and he could, I mean, well, even then, you've got Bernie Cribbins who's come back, hasn't he? Well, supposedly.
Yeah, he's coming back. Yeah.
He's like 93 or something, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, if age doesn't stop you, then what does death?
Yeah. Like he might be older by the time he's out. So, but it's great that you got him back. One of my favourite characters.
Well, I mean, his storyline really is a bit depressing considering the fact that he killed the Doctor. That's quite depressing.
Yeah.
He was a four knocks.
Yeah. It was a shame, but David Tennant's 10th Doctor was pretty selfish. He would blame anyone for anything, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Like it was with Martha, he was selfish, but like with Donna, it was good with Donna because they were just mates. He just wanted a mate, and with Rose, he probably did like her in that way, possibly, but he just couldn't. So that's why he gave her a human version of him.
Well, yeah, that was quite a cool concept. I mean, you can even link it back to modern theories that David Tennant coming back to the 60th with Donna is perhaps the Meta Crisis version.
Maybe.
That's what my brother was saying. When I thought about it, it actually made sense. It did.
Yep, yeah, because they were going to like air this, but they did have a scene where like the 10th Doctor was given the Meta Crisis Doctor a piece of TARDIS for him to grow, but that wasn't shown on screen. That was deleted.
Yeah, I remember that the deleted scene where he gives him a piece of coral off the TARDIS.
Yeah.
They should have kept that in. I mean, that was quite a cool concept.
But after that, well, when Russell said that he deleted it, I think he said he possibly might go back to it in the future. So here we are. So who knows? Might go back to it.
I was going to say, there's not much good of it now, though, is there? Considering the fact that we're 10, 12, but we're over 10 years past, when it first came out.
Yeah, but it might work within this story though. But who knows? That Doctor, it would make sense. It would make sense because the Metacrisis Doctor knew of Donna, but not the relate. Probably the relate. Well, they kind of grew. Well, like the 10th Doctor and Donna were basically his parents in a way.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So going back to, I don't want any of that long streak of nothing. Technically, she did have a piece of that long string of nothing, but she just didn't expect it.
I did like the Journey Then Stolen Enough was very good.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I completely agree.
Very good, very good. Yeah. So, like, I think we've had a good chat about. We spoke about I think we spoke quite about Doctor Who. I suppose we could talk about all day about it, don't we?
Apparently so, considering how long this has lasted.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and we spoke a bit about autism as well, like about your brother and just as it having more awareness on Doctor Who. And yeah, but before we go, is there like a quote or anything that you relate to, well, in Doctor Who?
A favourite quote now. I've had a fair amount of time to think about this, and I've just kept my camera. So my favourite quote, if anything, goes back to Tom Baker, which even though David Tennant's my favourite Doctor, I relate to Tom Baker in this quote more than anything, which is, what's the point of being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes?
Yeah, yeah, that is completely true, because I think everyone's like that, aren't they? And then even in Doctor Who, you got I completely agree, Alex.
I mean, just the other day, I was doing this course and they wanted us to present in front of a whole bunch of people. And me, I'm quite people conscious. Don't like being in front of lots of people. Yet, for some reason, there was just something in me that I presented it, but there was a bit of a twist to it. I was dead energetic like David Tennant, and I presented the whole time wearing his 3D glasses.
Mm. Oh, these 3D glasses.
Yeah, don't ask me why I did that, but it just felt right.
Did you move like he did, like swerving?
Well, I mean, I got the movements right. Like I was like, oh yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
proper energetic and stuff.
Well,
That was
you said you're saying well, so
well, yeah, yes.
yeah,
That's become
yeah,
part of my dialect.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
yeah.
I've welled quite a lot in my life, so eventually it's just become part of my standard
Oh yes.
conversation.
Yeah. Oh yes. Well, like yeah, some good catchphrases, Danny.
Oh yes, well, and what's the point of being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes?
Yeah, yeah, that's completely true. Well, thanks, Alex. It's been really great, and I hope you've enjoyed talking about autism, Doctor Who, and lots of things.
Yeah, it's been solid. I mean, it was definitely not what I was expecting to do on a Wednesday night, but I've really enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Well, thank you.